now joined by Shane and Paul from the Australian Manufacturing Podcast here at CMAT 2023. Shane, I'll start with you. Mate, what do you think so far? Tell us about the podcast.
So the podcast, Manufacturing Tech Australia, we focus on, our key audience I suppose is decision makers in manufacturing businesses in Australia. We focus on talking to thought leaders, interesting technology partners and whatnot, and we're really just trying to bring to the fore technology that's being used in manufacturing in the Australian market.
Fantastic. Well, it's a perfect conference for that. You know, Paul, when you think about innovation, manufacturers are struggling with staff, they need to stay up to date with the rest of the world. What do you think of what you've seen today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can see here there's loads of automation solutions for all sorts of things, so smart logistics and smart warehousing and, you know, AMRs running around delivering parcels and things all over the place. So you can see a lot of that stuff sort of supporting manufacturers and warehouses and people along the supply chain, really, I guess. So some great solutions here.
Now, speaking of great stuff, you guys tell us a bit more about the podcast. What was what was the seed that planted that idea, and you know where to? What's happening with it?
Well, seed that planted the idea was thinking about, you know, what's a niche, what's something that we could do to provide content back to decision makers in the local manufacturing space. Paul's got a massive background in mechatronics and OT, and my background was IT, so we thought, you know what, we cover the end-to-end technology spectrum, we should get together and record something. So I phoned him up and went, what do you reckon? He went, I'd love to, and here we are.
Fantastic. Now, tell us about the mechatronics, and obviously you must be in heaven here.
I am in heaven. Earlier today, I got to be in the metaverse and be recorded virtually, while I was virtually in the metaverse, I was being recorded on the podcast. So it's fascinating. So I didn't think I'd get to do that often, but I spent many years in manufacturing spaces, design and manufacturing. So this is kind of a culmination of all that, trying to bring together all those things and share them with everyone out there. So it's been fun.
Great. Well, I think, you know, Australia, we've got a fantastic reputation for innovation, R&D. You know, unfortunately, manufacturers had it tough for a while, but that doesn't mean it's dead. There's a lot of ways that, you know, by you guys shedding light on what's happening in the industry, it keeps that motivation and the inspiration going too, right?
100%. And some of the folks that we talk to are saying, you know, a lot of the businesses is now getting to that point where it's a generational change, the business is being handed over, and the folks that we're talking to are going, I'm not going to do the stuff the way mum and dad did, I want to do things smarter. We've got a whole bunch of new, interesting sort of, you know, local and more macro issues that we've got to work against and with. And so, you know, and some of these technologies are really going to help progress that. Yeah,
great stuff, Shane. Now, Paul, tell us, how do people tune in? Is it on, you know, iTunes, or what's the best way for people to check out the podcast and become a new listener?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can jump on the website, manufacturingtech.au. We publish every second week. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on 5 of the major platforms. So pretty much anywhere you can get that, you can find us. So Manufacturing Tech Australia, do a search for it, it'll come up. So every second week we talk about technology, we talk to leaders in the industry. So if you want to keep up with what's happening, jump on.
Fantastic. Congratulations, guys. Love your work. And hopefully we'll have more of your stuff on Import Export TV too.
100%. Thanks for having us on the show.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.